again and welcome back to my channel. I'm still working on my collage papers and I'm going to do something with a bit more drama and a bit more like maybe more of a focal thing, or just something a bit more dramatic perhaps. So I've got some book paper here. I've got some large print book paper and I've got some just normal print book paper. And I've got my brushos out, so I'm going to do some with brushos, and then after that I will do some with so I'm just getting some kitchen paper ready. Oh, I've just seen something, look at that opportunity. Let's have some of this. The bottom there is a bit chewed up, so let's cut ourselves something like that. Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do, just do it like that. I hope we can reform it. I was just about to throw that in recycling. Yeah, that'll do. Just want to make sure we've got a nice flat surface like that. There we go. Right, I'll be using that in a minute. Put them over here. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some colour down on my background. I don't really know what colour I'm going with. I'm picking some colours that will not clash or will not turn hopefully to brown. There we go. Got lemon, I've got some green and turquoise, some blues there. Let's see what we're doing with that. Should I do it straight on here or should I do it on a block? That is the question. Maybe I'll do it on a block. I'll see how we go. Don't look at my dirty, disgusting stamping block. I've got a big one somewhere which would be perfect, but I don't know where I've put it. Okay, let's just try this out. Now you've all seen us playing with things like this. So let's just make sure I've got the best bit. Let's try that again, but with a different thing. And we could I'll do something else. I'll do something with distress inks as well, just in case you don't have brushos or anything like it. And you can use anything. There's pixie powders and, you know, any of these pigment things would work. You don't have to have the same things. I'm not going to cover it all with colour because it's nice to see the text underneath it, and she says just going to use it what's on there, but that'll do. I think that'll do me for now. I'm going to let that one dry, put it over there. Let's have a quick clean up of this. What could we do? Let's have one of the bigger ones. Here we could just put it on the surface if you like. We'll go for orange. That's alizarin crimson. And we'll go back with the yellow as well, just to keep it bright. I can't tell if there's any yellow coming out, but we'll see. There we go, pretty patterns. I think this will cover more. think I might leave that one like that. But I'll put some more water on it. And not waste it. Perfect. Okay, so you get the idea anyway. You can just colour your paper. Let me put that to one side. Let's put these ones away. So you can use that kitchen paper as well for collage. I have to take the backing off of it, but I'm going to leave that to dry. And I will get rid of this bit now. Right, let's get some right, I know what we'll do. Let's have a go at that. So we'll do a little bit. This is Distress Oxide, that's milled lavender. Bit of shaded violet there, lilac, shaded lilac. So you can, as long as you've got a bit of colour down, and you don't have to even do it in this wet technique, you could just use your ink pads and go over it. Right, let's have a bit of this. This is Seedless Preserves. I don't think actually that is, I wanted it to go spotty, but I don't think it will like that. Maybe it will. No, it won't. But it's left a spotty area there. Anyway, I'm just, like you said, just getting some colour on some paper to begin with. Let's pop that to dry somewhere. Running out of drying space again. Let's try, I've got Twisted Citron here and some Mowed Lawn. Let's move my camera, I've moved down the end of my board a bit. And if you really wanted to, you could go in with brush-os and things afterwards if you wanted to make more of a speckle. I might go over that one and put some speckly stuff if I remember in a bit. What other colours could we do? Let me just move some of these out of the way. I could do something a little bit more subtle. Don't know what they'll do. Let's have a look. So what I might do is put some squeezed lemonade down. Like that. And that one's dried marigold. That's a bit of a different one. That will do as well. And we'll do one more. I know what we'll use. I wonder if I can get away with that and that. Right. That's picked raspberry. And this one's salty ocean. Trying to find the blank bits that have got no colour. That will do. Don't want everything to be the same anyway. Oh, homogeneous. Right, let that one dry. Let me just tidy up here a bit and I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do with them. I'm just coming in with some brusho on this one. It's still a bit damp, which probably would have been better if I'd left it to dry, but just to show you that you can mix and match if you want a bit of a more interesting look. So something like that. I might do that with some of the others and then I'll come back and show you what I've done. Right, here we are. Now I have added a little bit of brusho to some of them. I think those ones are left as they were. The ones that were mainly brusho to begin with, I probably haven't done a lot to, but the ones that I'd use, like this one, I'd used the Distress Oxides on. I've put some brusho on, and here, and on that green one, like I said I would. So I've got those papers to play with. This is the piece of kitchen towel that I used, and I just picked up some of the blue that was on my mat as well. And that's going to be used for collage, but I'm going to need to separate it, because otherwise if you try and glue that on, if I forget and glue it on, it will all wrinkle up. You need to just have the one layer, and I don't think it's gone through sufficiently, not really, the other one, but that's perfectly okay to use. So that's going on my collage pile. Now let's have a look. This is where the fun starts. So I showed you before, I made this little square, I don't know what you call it, like a stamp type thing. I've pulled out, I've got some, the ends of sellotape rolls. So I don't know if that one would, I don't know, they're different sizes anyway. Also a bottle lid that we can use. Also this piece of cardboard that I found. So there's lots of circly things we could use. And I thought I'd make a smaller, oh, I'm not showing you, sorry, I've moved my camera, haven't I? There we go, those are the circle things. There's my square thing that I made. I thought we could make another one of these. So I've cut a piece of packaging, which is about, it's more than an inch tall. It's probably about 3 centimetres, 4 centimetres, something like that. It doesn't matter, it's immaterial because it's just so you've got something to grip. And I've scored it at 3/4 of an inch. This one was scored at 1 inch, this one at 3/4. You need 5, so 1 for each side, or if you wanted to do, you could do like a pentagon or a hexagon, but you'd need an extra one. You need 1 for each side plus 1 to glue it on with. And I have used sticky red tape, whatever it's called, for ease, so that we are not waiting for glue to dry. Instead, we're waiting for me to remove the sticky layer. There we go. Get rid of those. I don't know if there's a flatter side, maybe that one. So I'm just going to put it down and basically just push it down at the bottom so it's flat on the bottom, that's all. So now I've got 2 squares, different size squares. If you would, actually that looks not quite a square, I'm not going to worry about it, but you could have trimmed a little bit off the edge if you wanted. So those we have. I feel like I need to make that pentagon now. I'm not going to, but I really feel like I want to. So easy. And I have got some paint. I've got white paint, black paint and gold paint. So just going to get some out. All right. That there. Might as well get the gold out while we're here. And then we're going to have a play and just tart these up a little bit. I'm going to use that one. Not sure I'm making a whole circle, that's why. There we go. Okay, save that for a minute. Might just go in with some gold squares, why not? These are just a little bit more dramatic. If you wanted something that was, say I was doing something and I wanted something green but with a bit more drama to it, I would grab something like that. I'm not going to do too much. I could do some splashes. And then just, I'm going to call that a day for that one. So that's one. And I'm going to use the same things again. Might as well use the same tools, to be honest, because otherwise by the time I've cleaned them up I'll have wasted the paint on them. Oops. I could try this cardboard tube, see what this is like in gold. Don't know if it'll work. Yeah. But use anything, I was just trying to show you can use anything. I was literally throwing that in the bin as we were on air, as it were. And I thought, oh no, I'll use a bit of that. Right, should we go for more? There we go, that's number 2. And I'm just going to keep going and finish these off. Through what we've created, and they're still a bit wet where the thick blobs of paint are, so I'm going to be careful not to stack them on top of each other. But that's one of those big ones, and there's another, and they're all much of a muchness. Some have got splashes on, some haven't, some have gold, some don't, some are all circles, some are I think there's one that's, I was going to say just squares, but it's not, but you know, it's just what you feel like doing in the moment. So I've got those 2 there. There's one more big sheet, which was another orange one, but with brushos and circles, and I think that is just circles, yep. So that's that. And then we've got the smaller book pages, and like I said, they're all very, very similar, just very slightly different. Just be careful not to stick them together, because they're just where you get big blobs of paint, that takes quite a bit of time to dry. But I shall just leave these now. And there's another green one. I think that's it. I think that's all we had. So yeah, fun. So that's some more dramatic things I can use for collage, and I like using book paper. I'll come back and do something else with book paper, because I've just had another thought while I was doing this. This is great, because every time I do something I'm thinking, oh, I could show you that, I could show you that. So I will come back with that video. I will very quickly show you what I did with the rest of that paint. And there was very, very little paint. I definitely wasn't going to add any more, but I didn't want to waste it. If you remember when I did the jelly plate video, I was brayering off onto, well, loads of different pieces of paper, but I just used the rest of that paint to put some things on there. And I'll show you some of these, because I mean, I just use it for anything, stamping, whatever, mark making, and I sometimes come back to them. And I mean, I could take these out and use them as backgrounds for things, or I might just turn it into a journal. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. You can see I had to play with that one before, that square. But there's loads of different things in here. Look, do you remember when I was doing things like that? I love that. I really, really love that. That really cheers me up. So does that. Rainbowy things. That's why I have this little book on the side, just to add paint, you know, my excess paint and things to. I get a background, and the next time I'm using like stampy things, so I can do that. So I've got all these left. that was from the jelly printing. So I can come back and put marks on those. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you, what I do with that. Thank you, Aisha. Aisha gave me that book. It's been mighty useful. I'm loving it. Right, so anyway, that was it. Those are my papers. I will be back with another video sometime, don't know when. In the meantime, have a lovely weekend, and it probably won't be the weekend when you see this. I hope you've had a nice weekend, and I hope you have a lovely week. Take care, everyone. See you soon. Bye for now.